Hey guys, this is Aman Mittal welcoming you all to Daily News Nuts, an initiative of PrepNuts. The date is 17th of June 2020 and we shall be seeing all the articles that are important from the exams perspective. आज near about 8 articles हैं from the Hindu and 1 article is there from Indian Express. So there are total 9 articles today that you must essentially go through. Coming on to the front page of the Hindu, there is news with respect to the ongoing India-China border tensions which have got escalated as 20 Indian soldiers got killed in face off at Galwan. तो गलवान वैली में de-escalation process continued था and during that de-escalation process for the first time in 45 years casualties have taken place both at the Indian and the Chinese side. So this is an event which has huge repercussions, consequences and is of a great concern because it clearly tells us that all the protocols and agreements right from 1993 to 96, 97 2005 and 2013's BDCA have to be revisited by both India and China, and there is need again for the high level political engagement along with the military level engagements between both the countries. So this is an update with respect to the India-China ongoing border tensions, and you will get more clarity on this article from the Indian Express article that we have selected today. Now moving on to the next article, Nepal ties and the Banaras to Bengaluru spectrum. इस आर्टिकल में आपको जानने को मिलेगा all about the changing foreign policy related dynamics of India and Nepal. So how the globalization has impacted the communist ideology of Nepal, which clearly is expressed in its foreign policy alignments and the changed priorities. So this aspect of this article will definitely give you a broader view and a unique base to introspect the relationship between India and Nepal. यहाँ पे कुछ इंडिया के मेजर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स भी मेंशन्ड है जो इंडिया नेपाल में कर रहा है, लाइक द पंचवेश्वर हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक प्रोजेक्ट and the Arun 3 hydroelectric project. Along with this, there is mention of the demography of the Nepal, which has played a crucial role in changing the overall ideology and the priorities of the Nepal government. So almost 20% of the Nepal's population at present is in overseas, and the remittances account for near about 30% of the Nepal's GDP, making it one of the most remittance dependent countries of the world. साथ ही में you will also get to know the presence of the international NGOs in the Nepal, which again are leaving imprints on the ideologies of the Nepal and its people by giving a larger exposure to this landlocked country of the world. So these are some of the factors which have played an important role in changing the alignments of the Nepal's foreign policy can be clearly assessed by looking at the investments done by various countries in Nepal like Italy, Malaysia and the Qatar. And the objective of reading this article should be to how India should now change its approach towards Nepal by knowing the Nepal's changed priorities and the impact of globalization on its entire society and people. So this article will definitely give you a better understanding with respect to the India and Nepal relations. Now moving on to the next article, in defense of MPLAD. So MPLAD's fund को government of India ने suspend कर दिया था for 2 years and we saw the criticism of the MPLAD's fund in the month of May. तो उस article का link description box में मैं mention कर दूंगा, and out here there is mention of few of the benefits of the MPLAD. तो अगर आप दोनों आर्टिकल्स को क्लब करेंगे so definitely you will get an overall picture of the MPLADs with both its pros and cons. So this article has some of the pros of the MPLADs, like an MP knows the developmental and welfare issues of his constituency better than anyone else. MPLAD scheme undergoes an impartial and meticulous auditing and thereby it is corruption free and leakage proof, because second installment तभी रिलीज होती है जब ऑडिटिंग की तरफ से NOC आ जाती है with respect to the expenditure of the first installment. The next important point mentioned out here is about the pork barrel policy of the states, wherein the ruling government channels public money to a particular constituency. तो जो डेवलपमेंट होता है वो lopsided होता है हर एक स्टेट में, thereby leaving many constituencies unattended. तो ऐसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज को MPLAD फंड्स के थ्रू MPs डेवलप कर सकते हैं, एटलीस्ट द बेसिक फैसिलिटीज रिक्वायर्ड आउट देयर, एंड हेंस इट इज एन एंटीडोट to this kind of favoritism. Then अगर MPLAD fund के distribution की अगर हम बात करें, then it has been mandated that 15% should be earmarked for the scheduled caste, 7.5% for scheduled tribe, and near about 20 lakh rupees for the persons with disabilities. So in a way, MPLADs also ensures inclusiveness and the welfare of the vulnerable sections of the Indian society. So I just have given you a glimpse of the pros mentioned out here with respect to the MPLAD funds, and you should go through this article along with the previous article that we discussed with respect to the criticism of the MPLAD, so as to prepare yourself with any kind of questions put to you on the MPLADs fund. Now moving on to the next article, 78 terrorists killed in Jammu and Kashmir this year. Again, this article is important as it gives you data and the trend that will help you to substantiate and criticize the government of India's decision change the status of the Jammu and Kashmir through the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Amendment Act of 2019. So इस आर्टिकल से आपको जो डेटा और ट्रेंड मिलेगा that will be mostly with respect to the militancy in the Jammu and Kashmir region. So this article should be given a quick read from the GS3 internal security perspective. Now moving on to the next article, India ramps up testing capacity for virus. कोरोना वायरस से रिगार्डिंग जो अपडेट्स आपको रिक्वायर्ड है फ्रॉम द एग्जाम्स परस्पेक्टिव, वो आर्टिकल्स हम सेलेक्ट करके आपको देते हैं, एंड दिस इज वन ऑफ द आर्टिकल which lets you know that how the testing capacities of India have been increased periodically, which now have reached to near about 3 lakhs per day. Also, the network of around 907 labs have been created in the country, and the ICMR has given nod for the rapid antigen test. So this test gives quick results and can be used for the sero surveys or the population based surveys. The manufacturers of this rapid antigen test have also been included on the GEM portal by the government of India for easy, transparent and efficient procurement. So these kind of articles will help you to know about the trends of the coronavirus in India and how the response of India was and is with respect to the coronavirus infection in our country. Moving on to the next article now, India pledges support to Nepal टेम्पल. तो इंडिया नेपाल काला पानी डिस्प्यूट के बाद और ऑनगोइंग इंडिया चाइना बॉर्डर टेंशंस के बाद इंडिया हैज नाउ अपैरेंटली डिसाइडेड टू लेवरेज इट्स सॉफ्ट पावर एज इट हैज pledged near about 2 crore rupees for the sanitization facility at the Pashupatinath temple of the Nepal. So Pashupatinath temple एक UNESCO World Heritage Site है of the Nepal, and this extension of the assistance by India has been done under the Nepal Bharat Maitri Development Partnership, which is a community development scheme by India. So this is again a very good measure that you can use whenever you are asked to write or speak about the India-Nepal ongoing dispute and the measures taken by the India with respect to that. Moving on to the next article now, India expects to sail through UN Security Council vote. तो UN Security Council के non-permanent members के अभी elections due हैं of the 2021 and 22, and India is set to become one of the non-permanent members of the UNSC from the Asia Pacific seat, as there is no other contender or the opponent of India from this region. India ने already अपना campaign ready किया है for its 2 years membership as the non-permanent member of the UNSC, which includes the commitment to multilateralism, demand for transparency in the mandates for the UN peacekeeping missions, and push for the CCIT, that is the Comprehensive Convention for International Terrorism, along with the United Nations reforms and the expansion of the UNSC. तो non-permanent members 2 साल के लिए elect होते हैं, and there are total 15 members of the UNSC, which include 5 permanent and 10 non-permanent. तो ये 10 non-permanent के अभी elections होने हैं, जिसमें से एक सीट इंडिया की secure है from the Asia Pacific region. So these non-permanent members have a right to take part in all the meetings of the UNSC and also have right to vote, but they don't enjoy the veto power as it is done by these 5 members. There is also mention of United for Consensus, which is also called as the Coffee Club, जो कि 1990s में develop हुआ था to oppose the expansion of the permanent seats in the UNSC, और इसका पाकिस्तान एक member है. So it basically is against the idea proposed by the G4 nations, that is Brazil, Germany, India and Japan, to expand the UNSC. Major countries which are part of the United for Consensus or the Coffee Club are Italy, Canada, Pakistan, Turkey, Argentina, South Korea, and Spain. So this was a brief information about this article, and it is important from the exam's perspective. Moving on to the next article now. Climate report predicts hotter and rainier days. India की first ever national forecast on the impact of global warming on the subcontinent in the coming century has been released, which will become part of the next report of the IPCC or the Intergovernmental Panel on the क्लाइमेट चेंज. ये रिपोर्ट का अगर आप क्रक्स याद रखते हैं, दैट वुड बी मोर देन सफिशिएंट, एंड द क्रक्स इज दैट द फ्रीक्वेंसीज ऑफ द फ्यूचर वार्म डेज एंड वार्म नाइट्स आर प्रोजेक्टेड टू बी इंक्रीज्ड बाय 55% and 70% respectively to the reference period of 1976 to 2005. So just because it is the first ever national forecast done by the India on the global warming, this report becomes important, and the crux of which you can use whenever you are asked to speak or write about the global warming or the climate change. Now let us quickly see our last article from the Indian Express. An inflection point. तो जैसे कि हमने डिस्कस किया था हिंदू के फ्रंट पेज पे कि इंडिया चाइना ऑनगोइंग बॉर्डर टेंशन के रिस्पेक्ट में जो रीसेंट अपडेट है, दैट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द कैजुअलिटीज ऑन बोथ द साइड्स, उसके रिगार्डिंग फर्दर क्लैरिटी डेवलप करने के लिए दिस इज वन आर्टिकल which you can give a quick read only to understand the ongoing border dynamics and the relations between India and China. So it is time for India now to activate all the political lines of communication with Beijing and must not rely upon the political illusions as they have become increasingly unsustainable now. Also, India will have no other option if Beijing refuses to restore the status quo ante other than to respond to the China politically, diplomatically and militarily. So with this article, we will wrap up the daily news nuts of the day. All the screenshots have been shared on our Telegram channel. You can download it from there. Save those articles and the screenshots on your Evernote or OneNote app so as to organize your current affairs in a better and a smart manner. Post your suggestions, doubt, queries in the comment section below. Keep learning. Thank you.